This is the Onyx ST by Mokwheel, and in the previous video on this bike, I went through all the regular paces I normally do to test out these bikes and tell you what I thought about it. But wait, there's more to this bike. And in this video, I will be unboxing these awesome accessories, and we're going to try out the inverter and the solar kit. Now, first of all, I'm gonna try to hook this up because I left this battery pretty much at its low point. Did not charge it after the review. So now we're gonna take it and charge it up with the solar panels that come in the kit. And let's see if it can actually do it. All right, so let's get these boxes opened up. See what we got here. This looks to be the inverter. You can get the manual. And here's the inverter itself. It comes in this nice carrying case. Wow, that is really nice. Oh, this looks like it must be a way to attach it to the bike. Oh, that's pretty cool. We'll have to check that out. Go ahead and open up the little Ziploc bag. And of course, the case is Mokwheel. And here it is. Like it's got a couple of plugs on this side. Yep, there's the little battery hookup there. Oh, and here's the control panel. It says DCN. Has a USB port out there. Has another barrel connector. It says 10 amp, 12 volt. And then this USB-C here. It says 1000 watts. And down below here it says 27 watts. And it has an on and off and a AC button. Very, very cool. Very high quality. Nice little leather carrying handle. Very cool. This is a 1000-watt inverter. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and open up the solar panel box and let's see what's in that one. Okay, I'm going to take this box down here. We can slide this out of here. We have to lay it on its side. There we go. And they too come in a really nice bag with a handle. It has a separate little zip up part here. Okay, here's some cables. This little thing, what does this do? I'll have to show that here. Seems to be part of the bag there. But it's got two USB ports and that barrel connector on it. That's pretty cool. So the bag is part of the deal here, it looks like. Set this part back up for now. Let's see if we can figure out how to open this. What is this? Oh, that's part of the stand. I can tell that. So this whole thing is part of the solar panels. Here's another stand. There we go. Here's the panels. Wow, these really fold out to be quite large. Wow, that is pretty darn cool. All right, try to figure out how to get this all connected up here. So inside the inverter in the case, you get this little connector. It connects the inverter to the bike, it looks like, to that little port that I showed earlier. As it says, foolproof. It should only go one way. It looks like it goes this way, has little notches. If it doesn't want to go, don't force it. Pedals in the way, of course. Let's see. Can't tell. Okay, it looks like the notches are on the bottom on this one. Should get us the inverter hooked up here. All right, I think we have that part hooked up. Put that behind there. Now I need to get into this little zip up part and get the other cables out. And hopefully not knock all my legs down again. That was kind of the problem I was running into there. I wish they'd have made this cable a little bit longer. Pull this further down this way. And you probably won't be able to see this, but there's a port that says DCN. All right, can we power it on now? Yes, we can. There we go. This takes a second. I hear the little fans running in it. It's really hard to see the display out here in the sunlight, but it's telling me that it's charging, and it's currently at 45.9 volts, and it's 33%. I'm going to go ahead and set that back behind there, and we'll let this thing charge. I get this stood back up. Get my legs standing. I found that it helps if you kind of lean against the bike because being in the fall now, our sun is coming from the south already. So we're just going to leave it in this angle right here. And I'm still trying to get this one panel here to come over some so I can get a little more sunlight. I wish this leg would stay there. There we go. Now, I think that's better. And we're starting this at 1:06 p.m. So we'll come back in a couple hours and check and see how much charge we got. All right, it's been a little over 2 hours. And as you see, I had to end up moving it over here because there's a very large tree, which I'll show you. Is just putting a shade on the whole thing over there. Because that's the unfortunate thing this time of year is I don't get as much sunlight. Our days are really short. And it gets, in the wintertime, it gets even shorter. But let's see where we're at, because we started at 33%, and now it looks like we're at 49%. So a little closer to the camera. Let's see what it says. Yeah, this says that we're 48.5 volts, 49%. So yeah, I can definitely say this is a viable option, especially if you got good sunlight, especially if you have a bigger area to spread these out more and get them direct sunlight, because all the ones I have on this side right now are completely shaded. They're not inputting as much as they could be if we were out in direct sunlight. But man, this is a really cool thing. I love this. I love this whole inverter, especially these solar panels. Man, if I had a really good place to put these higher up so I get more sunlight, totally be completely viable. Charge the bike. Matter of fact, I might be more excited about this part than I am even about the bike itself. And I do love the bike itself, but man, that is a really cool thing. I'm really surprised that more bike manufacturers don't do this, because man, these big batteries in these bikes would be very useful. And that's what I'm going to show in this video, because we're not done yet, because it may take a week or so, but I will get my friend John, who is a hunter, and we're going to go through what he would hook to this and how this would help him in an actual hunting environment. So stay tuned for that part. All right, now that I demonstrated the charging with the solar panel in my backyard, we have them set up again out here. But what I want to do today is I have a real hunter here, so I wanted him to say, this is John, by the way, and I wanted him to say what he would use this for.
So just sort of my process that I do is I generally will have several battery packs with me if I'm going on a multi-day hunt.
Yeah.
And I'll pack in and leave some of those at camp. One of the problems is in cold weather, they tend to deplete a little bit faster.
Yes.
So the ability to charge overnight is a game changer.
Yes.
And then I can only take 2 of them with me as well. I wouldn't have to take multiple battery packs. So I can leave one at camp being charged on the solar panel or charging at night on the bike, which is nice. And then I can always have a fresh battery to go with me while I'm out hunting through the day.
Really help with these, with the addition of a trailer or the front and the rear rack would definitely help even more.
Absolutely.
All the stuff with him.
Make your camp a lot more comfortable with more stuff.
Yes.
Because usually there's always that trade-off. How much stuff do you want to carry versus how comfortable do you want to be? I mean, it's how much misery can you tolerate? That's
See, if you go out and you were to get an elk, how much weight would you be carrying?
A full elk?
Yes.
Oh, it's quite a bit of weight. I mean, if you're talking about the rack, front shoulders and hindquarters and back straps and tenderloins, I would say your hindquarters are probably going to be 80 pounds of meat each. So for me, it's 4 to 5 trips in a backpack. Yes. So I don't know how much this will hold in the rack on the front and back. I don't know how much the trailer would hold. You could definitely save yourself some miles on your feet.
Let's quickly find out.
How many miles does this drive? Can you ride this? If it's fully charged,
depends on how fast you're going. You wouldn't be going that fast.
No, it'd be really slow because the trails are kind of rough. Yeah, because usually you're not going to take something like this more than 4 or 5 miles, set up your camp, and then hunt from there.
Yeah.
So, if you're only going 4 or 5 miles and you got to take, even if you had to take 2 trips back and forth on the bike, that saves you a lot of time.
Because it says it'll go up to 80 miles, but yeah, that would be going in like past one and probably going out on a flat ground when you don't weigh that much, so you'd be fine. You'd probably get that. But it does haul a max load of 350 pounds. That's just the bike itself. So if you had a trailer on it too.
So you're looking at 2 trips. You're looking at 2 trips probably with your camp and an elk, depending upon logistics. Elk antlers can be big and kind of a pain in the butt. Exactly. So you may have to,
still be a lot faster than having to haul it by.
Absolutely. Even if you had to walk just the antlers back.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one thing. If you carried all the meat in your camp back on one trip and you had to walk back in with the antlers just because they're so wide and you may not be able to tow those or put them in a trailer or put them on a bike and getting hung up on trees. Yeah. Even if you were to save that, it's still a lot of time on your feet that you don't have to spend for sure. Allows you to get deeper.
Awesome. Well, it's a cool bike. Thank you very much for
you're welcome. No problem.
Letting us know how you would use this and how helpful it would be.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
So there you have it. Now it's time for me to give you my final thoughts on the 230 watt solar panel plus inverter kit for the Mokwheel Onyx ST. This kit is awesome and makes the Onyx ST, which is already a great bike, even better. I believe this kit makes the Onyx ST a very good bike for outdoor activities like hunting and camping. Being able to charge your devices and run electric camping equipment with your massive Onyx ST battery is an amazing option. Also, being able to charge your bike with the solar kit is even better. This kit will also work on other Mokwheel models such as the Obsidian 2.0, the Basalt 2.0, and the Scoria. This is one of the coolest and most useful e-bike features I've seen. Excellent job, Mokwheel. Thank you so much for coming along on today's adventure. If you like the Onyx ST or any other Mokwheel product, please check out my link in the description below and use my coupon code JGMW50 to save $50 off. And please like, subscribe, and share this video with others. And I'll see you in the next one.